morning, every Friday morning, is we recognize the children who have shown respect. What greater respect do we have than this group of kids? I'm sorry, this is... I kept telling Ms. Cook, don't do this. All right, so welcome parents, grandparents, friends. Thank you all for coming and joining us. Thank you to my Moving On committee who put together our stage, set up all of our chairs, and are going to be serving refreshments afterward. We appreciate it. Thank you to the many, and I could do this for a very long time, many hours that most of you have spent in our building helping with so many things, from their kindergarten field trips right on through to last night, yesterday at CAC. We appreciate it. Thank you. A round of applause for everybody who has ever helped us. I'm going to change things up just a little bit this morning. Ms. Lengren is here from Downing. She is representing both of our middle schools, and she has a ceremony that she has to rush over to, so I'm going to go ahead and put Ms. Lengren first. Ms. Lengren from Downing Elementary, or Downing Middle School.
Just a little bit. Good morning, fifth graders. It's the last day that you're going to be fifth graders, and I just have to tell you that I am so proud of all your efforts. We divide public education up into two different categories, and one is a primary education and the other is a secondary education, and you guys are getting ready to embark on the beginning of your secondary education, and you have successfully completed your primary education, so you're halfway through. That's pretty good. Are you guys excited? Next year you're going to be either going to Lamar or to Downing. For those of you who are coming to Downing, I'm so excited to have you. I was very impressed when the fifth graders came over earlier this year to visit. It was the most respectful, conscientious group that I have seen come through so far, and I can't wait to have the opportunity to work with both of you and your families. We're going to have a great year next year. I want you to have a relaxing summer. I want you to have a wonderful ceremony today. I'm sorry I can't stay to see the whole thing, but I've got my sixth grade awards ceremony starting in about 30 minutes, so I'm going to rush back over to Downing for that, and then I'm looking forward to seeing you all next year. Parents and students, if you have any questions during the summer, I work during the summer, so I'll be there Monday through Thursday for the whole summer except for 1 week. So feel free to come up and talk to me about anything, walk around the school, kind of get comfortable with it. I'm always happy to have you up there in the summer. It gets a little lonesome without any kids. So you guys have a great ceremony today. I'm so proud of you. Really excited to have you coming to Downing next year, and really give yourself a pat on the back because we're all so proud of you. Thank you.
All right. So, fifth graders, let's take a little walk down memory lane. Just for half a second. All right. In kindergarten, you either had Miss Crowder, do you remember her? You had Miss Carver, you had Miss Baker, or you had Miss Corbett. That was the year that President Obama was elected, and that was your first mock election. You came and you actually voted as kindergartners. Do you remember getting paint on your hands and your feet and creating a t-shirt with a reindeer for Christmas? In 2010, you were first graders. You may have had Mrs. Holt, who is now Mrs. Reeves, Mrs. Koenig, Mrs. Thorne, or Mrs. Yoka. This is the year that we had 12 inches of snow and you missed so much school, but had so much fun outside playing in all of that snow. It is also the year that we had hot air balloons everywhere because our theme was rising to new heights. Do you remember the big hot air balloon that was outside the library? 2011, grade 2. You might have had Mrs. Holt, Mrs. Reeves. You may have had Mrs. Koenig, or you may have had Mrs. Owens, Mrs. Valley, or Mrs. Townsend. That year, we were one team, one goal, no limits. And you showed us as second graders there was no limits. Your second grade program, salute to the flag. Do you remember that? Salute to the flag? Grade 3, Mrs. Phillips, Mrs. Orovitz, Mrs. Miyazono, Mrs. Clyde, or Mrs. Caldwell. That was the year where great things happened. That was the first year we did Rachel's Challenge. Do you remember how long the Rachel's Challenge chain was going up and down the hallway? Do you remember Mr. Miller coming and teaching you about the brain? And you actually got to hold brains? Do you remember that in the music room? Mrs. Edwards, have you ever stopped cleaning that music room? You also rollerbladed in PE that year. Yeah, we had a few accidents that year. 2013, you finally made it to 4th grade, and that was the great year because now you could try out for news crew, you could try out for student council, you could try out for choir. You may have had Miss Vaquero, Miss Fulton, Miss Malik, or Miss Cooper, all the same teachers that are still there. You learned how to swim, you went to the Fort Worth Stockyards, and we were spelled out respect outside. Everybody had their respect t-shirt, and we went outside and we spelled out respect, and then Mr. Baker took a picture from the roof. Your program was Movement with Music. Do you remember that? All right, so now you're big 5th graders, and you have learned about the Civil War. You went to the Civil War Museum. You splashed it out yesterday at the CAC. We have learned so much about you, and you have learned so much. We are so proud of you. You have learned so much about technology. You have learned more about technology than we have. Combined, all of us. You have learned so much. And we are so proud of the job that you did this year, and the advancements that you've made, and the respect that you have shown to one another. This has been a very respectful group. Parents, you have done a fabulous job with these children. They know what to do, they know how to do it, and they do it. They achieve, and they have been very successful. And we are so proud of you. I will now call the 5th grade teachers up. We have some very special awards. In your program it says that Mr. Meeks is going to be here to do the Summit Club. Unfortunately, Mr. Meeks was unable to attend. So let me tell you just briefly what the Summit Club is. When my children were in Timber Creek 25 years ago, they started a new award for the elementary schools in Flower Mound, which was 1, Timber Creek. 2 years later, Flower Mound was opened and it included Flower Mound. And what the Summit Club does is they award children who have achieved academically a special award. So, I have my 5th grade teachers. The Summit Club of Flower Mound is pleased to present the 2013-2014 5th grade award for academic excellence in history and social studies to Emma Adair. We need a picture of all of you guys together. The Summit Club of Flower Mound is pleased to present the 2013-2014 5th grade award for academic excellence in English language arts to Hannah. Oh, am I going to say Skog just to do it? Nah, Skoog. The Summit Club of Flower Mound is pleased to present the 2013-2014 5th grade award for academic excellence in science to Tori Petersheim. And the Summit Club of Flower Mound is pleased to present the 2013-2014 5th grade award for academic excellence in mathematics to Grayson Corley. All right, photo op. If somebody would like to go ahead and take a picture. There you go. Round of applause for our academic When the children proceed across the front of the stage, I'm going to hand them an envelope, and in their envelope will be their last elementary report card. They will also, if they are receiving a presidential award, there will be a certificate in there for the presidential award. This is for those students. Please accept my congratulations on behalf of receiving the President's Educational Award. I am pleased to join your family, friends, and teachers in honoring this tremendous achievement. America's continued success depends on how well your generation is prepared for the future. And this special recognition is a testament to the dedication and skill that you have shown in the classroom. I am proud of you for pushing yourself academically, and I am counting on you to continue to set a good example and help others whenever you have the opportunity. Smart, driven young people like you remind me that America's best days are yet to come. And as long as you continue to stay focused on your education and work hard, no dream will be beyond reach. Congratulations again. I hope this award inspires you to continue seeking out new challenges and setting new sights on the new horizons. I wish you all the best for the years ahead. Barack Obama. I'm now going to ask my 5th grade teachers to present their class.
This is my last year.
Love you.
I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. You know, every year you get a new class, and God gave me the best class I could have asked for. I am proud to be a teacher. I am proud to be your teacher. You are special, and you are one of a kind, and you shared that with me. And I'm so proud that I had this opportunity. That is not what I wanted to say at all. Boys and girls, thank you for coming every day and making me laugh. Thank you for coming and helping me. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for loving each other. Thank you for growing. When you remember elementary, when you remember your 5th grade teachers and teens, I want you to remember that, you know, we made a difference. I remember when I learned that. I want to be a part of that difference. So I'm not going to be here, but you can follow me on everything that's out there, and I will be able to keep up with you. And remember, you are always welcomed at Flower Mound Elementary, okay? All right, so if my class could please stand up. I would like to present the class of 2014 Mrs. Cook, and I'd like to get started with Jackson Brooks. Mason Burke.